All right, everybody, welcome tonight. I got a special guest with me, one of my Thrive promoters, who also is my husband.
Yes.
And we are headed to Mexico tomorrow.
Can't wait for that.
Woo! We cannot wait. It's going to be so exciting. Lots of fun details we'll be sharing with you guys. So make sure you're following all of the people on your team who are heading there. We are so excited. It sounds like there's going to be some serious things announced because of some hints that Paul and Jason and Drew have been giving us. A little behind the scene hint that they just gave me by email, which is making me think it's going to be something pretty big coming out. So I'm super excited about that. Hi, everybody. Welcome. So excited to see you guys. I just want to do a couple of shout outs before we get this started tonight. Tonight, we're going to be talking about 6 different things that you can do to help your spouse be supportive. And I have my special guest, Ryan, my husband, with us tonight. And we're going to share these with you guys. They'll be super valuable, and you guys are welcome to share this recording after we get it up on the team page. But I want to start off with a couple of shout outs. First of all, I want to shout out Ryan B. If you're on here tonight or you're watching this later, congratulations about getting back to 4K. He took a break in his business. He's back in, and boom, he hit 4K. So we're super excited for you. Super exciting. Alexa Robertson hit 40K this week. If I had confetti bomb, it would go off right now, Alexa. We're so proud of you and excited for you. And Alexa's number 3 on the leaderboard to earn spring break cash. And Natalie Floyd, who's on her team as well, congratulations. One of our new auto bonus earners is number 4 on the spring break leaderboard. And number 17 on the spring break leaderboard is Megan Simpson. So congratulations to you as well, Megan. We're so excited for you guys. And don't forget, guys, tomorrow night, Thursday, is the LaBelle live call. Those are hosted every single week on Tuesday and Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. But tomorrow night is a special one because our very own Kelly Hoover and some of the people on her team, I don't have the graphic in front of me, Kelly, sorry. Maybe you could put in the chat who else is going to be on it and a little bit about them. But they're going to be hosting it tomorrow night. So we're super excited about that. So I'm talking at like super fast speed, because we have 6 points we want to make sure we hit with you guys tonight. And I know sometimes when you come into a business, a new business opportunity, right? Whether it's, with our company, LaBelle, or any business, when you start a new business and you are married, sometimes what happens is you get really excited, you start running, and all of a sudden you start to have issues in your marriage, right? Terry looks super relaxed. I don't even see Terry.
She went to the next screen.
Oh.
Right there. She's chilling.
Oh, she's totally chilling. Hi, Terry. And so, sometimes that just starts to cause like some issues in marriage. And one of the things that I feel like we do
it can be any relationship, not just marriage.
That's true. Good point. Touche.
Thank you.
But one of the things that I feel like is super important on our team is marriage and families, and whether it's being married or you have somebody special in your life, or maybe it's even your family. We find huge value in that. And one of the things that we're always trying to share is that we want to make sure you guys know that there are times to run, schedule times, and times to spend with your family, right? There's no reason why you have to totally let go of your whole personal life just because you started a new business. So we hope that these tips will help you guys tonight as we share 6 things you can do to help your spouse or loved one.
Or anybody, yeah.
Be more supportive.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, awesome. So this is my husband, Ryan. Ryan, why don't you tell them really quick, what is your favorite thing about the Thrive experience?
The actually taking it or your job?
Well, you could either one.
Oh, okay. Well, taking it, so I've been experiencing Thrive for going on 6 years now. Totally transformed my body from the inside out. Quick story, I'm in better shape now than I've ever been. Cleaned out my mind. Once you start feeling better, then you start to feed your mind better things, read more, get more productive, get more energy. I'm better with the kids. I'm a better husband, better dad. I mean, just literally the transformation is never ending. It keeps getting better, and you keep adding more and more things, I think.
So true. What made you start the Thrive experience?
You did.
That's right.
So just the change, seriously, the change up. She said, I'm going to try this new thing. I was like, oh, that's great. Go ahead and try it. And within 3 days, I could totally notice a difference. Energy in the morning was better. Mood was better. Later at night, you were more clear. You were more present with us, with the kids, everything. I mean, just a total mood enhancement. Then you started reading more. You started exercising. I mean, it was just within 3 days, you were a totally different person. And I was like, I got to try some of that. Or I'm going to get left in the dust, one of the two.
So true.
So I jumped on board.
All right. Awesome.
But it took me longer. It took me 5 days.
Yeah, to feel something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I stuck with it.
All right. Well, we're super excited to share with you guys 6 things that can help your spouse or any loved one be more supportive, right? So number 1, what and why are you doing this? So it's really important that you know that first. So write it down and then ask your spouse when you can share this with them so they understand why you are doing it. Okay, there was a really big word in there. It was ask them when you can share it with them, okay? And the reason I'm emphasizing that, Karen's laughing because she has many more years experience than even Ryan and I do. But the reason I'm saying that, you guys, is because when we get really excited about something, we're passionate about something, we want like everybody else to know, right? But the reality is we need to ask permission for when it's a good time for that person to talk about it. So they're in the right mind, clarity, and space to hear what you're truly saying. And I want you to really connect with your what and why you're doing this, okay? So when you write it down, get pretty detailed with that so that when you do sit down with your spouse or your loved one, you can really explain it in a way that they understand instead of just going, well, I want to do this. I think I'd be good at it, right? You want to come with a clear picture of what and why you want to do this.
I don't have anything to add to that.
Okay.
That was good.
You can move on to number 2 then.
Oh, okay. So number 2, and this one was a really big one for Blair and I, is share the financial side of things. So number 1 is like, how much is that going to cost me, right? Like out of the gate, is there an upfront cost? Do we have to stock massive inventory and, a bunch of bottles of things are going to be in the garage and things like that? So that's one thing I absolutely loved about Lavelle is there was no upfront cost. The second thing was, I have it, Blair was like, oh, it has a great compensation plan. So, hearing those 20 things about how awesome it is and all of the different things that you can earn, like Blair said, if you're not in the right mind space and you're not sitting down together at an appointed time, and if you're not clear about like, hey, I'm going to run after this goal because I can make $800 in.
Yes, you can make $660 in your first 2 weeks. And
there
then
you go.
Can double that.
And you can get a car.
Yeah, you can get a car bonus.
Yeah, so that one was what really got me.
Yeah,
because I was
that's the
ready
one
for
you pay attention.
Yeah, as soon as you said car, and I was like, oh, so if it's new, you get more money than if it's an older one. Oh, and it has to be a certain brand, which I loved as well. So if you don't understand the compensation plan well enough to share it with your spouse, then definitely get somebody in your upline or somebody to explain it to you so you have a clear, concise understanding of what it looks like, and then share that so that they, when Blair shared it with me, I got excited about it. And then it was like, if she was on calls back to back to back to back, and I had to take care of the kids or I could pick up the slack somewhere else, then at least I was sharing in those wins and I knew why she was working so hard and what she was going after so we could celebrate it together.
I love that, sharing in the wins. Yeah, so true. But if they don't understand it, then they're not able to do that. So
right.
So true. Okay. Number 3, what will you 2 use the money for? This one's really important. Like once you discuss, you go over the compensation plan, you explain why you want to do this, then you guys have to talk about, well, what are we going to spend that money on? For a lot of you, you're doing this along a full-time job or maybe a part-time job. So this is extra income that you're bringing into your family for a lot of you. So like, how are you guys going to use the money? And I'll tell you, a lot of you guys know that I was with another company before this, Stella and Dot, a jewelry company, and we never talked about what I was going to do with the money, right? So I had this weird sense of that is mine and yours is yours, right? And so I did what I wanted with that money. And it actually ended up not being good for our relationship because he wasn't, like he just said before, he wasn't invested in my wins as much. Like he was proud of me, I was doing great, but we weren't putting that money towards a common purpose. And so we weren't having the same
excitement.
Yeah, the same excitement.
It separated us. So it was almost like 2 different bank accounts,
Yeah, it wasn't, but it felt like it.
Yeah.
It wasn't, but it felt like it, right? Totally. I agree. So instead, sit down and talk about that. Like, will we pay off debt? Will we use it to go on a special trip? Will we invest with it? Will we do something new to our home? Like, what are you going to do with that money and decide together? And that will really help as well to make it a common goal.
And I would say being crystal clear, Blair and I are very big into, setting goals so that you can achieve them. And one thing I would say recently that I've been reminding myself of is don't just throw out this like huge number, you know, we're going to pay off $50,000 in credit card debt. Maybe that's the goal, but give yourself ample time to reach that, and then break that down into weekly goal, you know, monthly goals, weekly goals, and then daily goals. And then even one step further is like, okay, if I do these 3 things each day, then I will be able to achieve that goal. So that way it's kind of, you know, more bite-sized rather than chasing after this, you know, pie in the sky number.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, you're number 4.
Oh, I thought you were going to go
It
back
kind
to
of goes
plan a
along to
trip.
it.
Okay. So, and we did a vision board together, and I thought that was awesome.
I think it's going to go into the next one.
Oh, whoops. Okay. Oh, yeah. So number 4 is involve the family in the goal. So obviously we have kids. They're 15 and 13 now. So they were 10 and 8 when Blair started.
Nice.
And a quick math.
Yeah.
So 10 and 8. And even at that young age, we sat them down at the table and we were like, you're not going to believe this. Mom has this really cool opportunity, but guess what? We need your help. Mm-hmm. So here's what we're going to get. We're going to plan, you know, this trip for summer. We're going to go to Utah this summer. We're going to do this. We have all of these goals, and we kind of laid them out on the table. And then as everyone got excited, we let the kids choose goals, and we all did like kind of our individual, you know, vision boards together. But then it was like, okay, so guess what? Here's what we need you to do in order to help us achieve that. So we were really intentional about roping in the entire family because it really is a family goal. So Blair works from like 6:30 to 9, I think.
Oh, at night?
At night, most nights. Well, guess what? That's when the kids are off school. That's when, you know, you're usually eating dinner, you know, the kids are doing homework, like things like that. So having a family goal, it's kind of like, okay, here's what we want. How can we arrange 4 different schedules to achieve what's most important to us? And that was like literally life-changing for us.
Yep, absolutely.
Did I cover everything?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I was thinking of one example when you were talking is when I first started in the business, we really sat down and we saw the opportunity to earn $200K and what that would do for our family. Mm-hmm. And so I mapped it out, and we had a 4-month plan. It was a little longer than a 90-day goal. We had a 4-month plan. And when we sat down with our kids, like Ryan said, we did show them like, this is why mommy's going to be working at night or doing this. This is what we're going to need from you guys. What do you guys want to do to celebrate when I hit that goal? And like for them at the time, it was Universal. Remember, they wanted like a weekend away at Universal. So when I did hit that goal of $200K, we went away for a weekend at Universal where I was like really, you know, connected with them that weekend, tried to put my phone away as much as possible and really, you know, hang out.
I had to surgically remove it, take it away from her, put it in my pocket and say, I'll give it back to you at these 30-minute increments.
Yeah.
So that you really can enjoy it.
But it was really great to do that together. It
was fantastic.
All right.
Can I add
more?
Please. Okay, good. So when you do set the goals, make sure you set some small enough that you're going to achieve them, right? Because there's nothing more frustrating than looking at goals and never hitting them. So so for the boys, it's just kind of like little things, depending on how old they are, kind of like quick wins to get them really excited about it.
Yep, that was really good. Okay, so time. Managing your time is number 5. So I get excited about things and I get super passionate, right? And so I'm like running. All I want to do is get on the phone tonight. All I want to do is help more people. All I want to do is get on 3-way calls, right? But you have to set up some boundaries right away so that you don't burn out your spouse and your family or even yourself, okay? So what nights are you working? What nights are you off? Okay, because when I was first starting, I was so excited. I wanted to talk to people all the time. And I had people messaging me all the time. And so I felt bad if I wasn't getting back to them right away. So I decided to set up boundaries of, okay, you know what? Wednesday night's my night off. I'm not going to be taking any calls at night. I'll check my phone before we have family time. I'll check it again after family time. But that allows me to have that set time. So what are the set times that you are working? And then you don't feel guilty while you're working because you set those times with your family. They know. Right? That's why Sunday night planning is so important. And then there's times that you are with your family and you want to be with them. And you want to also let your leadership team know this so that they can step in and help you with 3-way calls, messages, Zooms, things like that. The only way your leadership knows is if you tell them, right? So if you're like, hey, listen, Tomorrow night, my kids have a lot of games. I'm not going to be working, but I've got a couple new people that are getting messages. Are any of you guys free? And letting them know, okay? Because you cannot work every single night and not expect your spouse to get frustrated or your family to get frustrated, right? And we don't want you to burn out either. So make those boundaries that are super important.
So I'm going to let you do 6. I'm going to go on. There's more stuff I want to say about 5.
Go ahead.
Okay, so time. So when Blair first started,
Did I steal yours?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, remember, you're odd.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, with the time stuff, Blair was so excited when she's still like this, like just so excited and passionate about her work, and there's always somebody that she's trying to help. The first thing to go for Blair was her time, her exercise time, her girls' nights, her time alone, manicures, pedicures, whatever, spa, whatever it happened to be. So we literally had to have a conversation, because I could see the wheels were always spinning and never, shutting down. Make sure that you schedule time for yourself so that to unwind, unplug, and relax. And the only way you're going to be able to fully relax is if you have, again, back to the goals, if you have your daily goals, once those are done, you need to accomplish it, celebrate it, and then shut it down and let your brain, relax and recover. Because if you don't schedule your time in there, you're going to burn out. We see it all the time. So that was all I was going to say.
Nope, that was good. All right. Number 6, get them involved. So ask them ideas. Or are they even on the Thrive Experience? If they're not on the Thrive Experience, then sharing with them, why you want them to get on it, what you're hoping that they would feel, and that you really want them to be on it and feel it so they can experience it and understand it too, right? And once they are on it, then start asking, are they open to share this with their friends and family? Are they open to helping you grow the business, right? Do they have any ideas about what would help you grow your business? Do they have any ideas from listening to you all the time while you're on the phone or on Zooms, right? Do they hear anything? Allowing them to give you feedback is huge. Guys, I'm not saying you have to take their advice. I'm just saying listen to the feedback. No offense. Listen to the feedback because it makes them feel like they're a part of it. Like you want them to be a part of it, but then you're not allowing them in on those times. So I feel like that's really important, but also asking them if they would get on the product to experience what you're experiencing if they're not currently on it. I know for Ryan, once he saw that, like he said earlier, that the car could be paid for, he was totally open to sharing it with other people. He started just saying at the golf course, he was wearing it so people could see.
Right. Well, more recent than that was last year we were going after some bonus. We were going after some bonus, and I'm just, I'm very, I guess, careful about who I share it with or whatever, but we were going after a particular thing. And because I knew Blair needed to move a certain amount of product, and she said, hey, can you help me with this? Like, go share it with 3 people. We did it. I shared it with 3 people, and they loved it, and they still use Thrive today. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Time flies. And
yeah.
So anyway, get them involved. And even if they've said, I've said I was going to share it and haven't, but given a specific task, I'm a good, I can take orders, especially when there's rewards involved.
That's true.
Yes.
All right. Bonus. This is our bonus one for you guys. All right.
Good.
Do something nice for your spouse. So when you show your spouse that you appreciate them, like maybe with a gift or something else, right? Especially if you guys hit a bonus or you're going after something specific, let's say you hit that bonus, what about giving them a little gift, like a small gift to say, thank you for supporting me. Like maybe when you get your first comma check, you give them something a little special to say, thank you for supporting me while I'm running with this business, right? Oh, I love that. Karen said, plan a date night off of commission that comes in. Something like that is so sweet and kind. It doesn't have to be a new set of golf clubs that are super expensive, right? It could be something small, but it's a nice token to let them know how much you appreciate them.
Did you give me golf clubs?
No.
Oh.
No, I did not.
Oh. I thought maybe that was like a hint because it was in the bonus. Okay.
No, it was just an idea.
Anyway, I love it.
I would never pick out golf clubs. Ryan's like an avid means good, right? Avid golf player. So yes. I would never pick out golf clubs for him.
So are these are mostly ladies, right?
Mm-hmm.
On here. Okay. So I would just say that it never gets old having Blair say thank you for doing the small daily things. Like, thanks for making sure the kids are doing their homework, or thanks for, putting the 5 cups into the dishwasher. Like, taking the trash out, just like little daily things. I promise, as a guy, it never gets old to hear that. I appreciate it, and it makes me want to do it, so that, you know, now I'm kind of like looking around on what, you know, what can I do to help out? And, you know, now having teenagers, I'm even bringing them, you know, into it with me to just kind of help out. Like, mom's on a work call, you know, we got to get this done for her. So just make sure you verbalize that gratefulness and recognize the little things.
Totally agree. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, that is it. We are done. We have a few minutes. So if anybody wants to unmute and ask a question, you're welcome to. Let's see.
Like
Kirby said, my husband is so supportive, but he doesn't feel like he's good at sharing with others, even though he loves thriving himself. Could we do a Zoom for the men? Yes, absolutely. I will pimp Ryan out. We can do it. No, seriously, yes, we can definitely do it. We could you know what? It'd probably be a great idea if we did one next week. Let me talk to some of the guys who are coming as guests this weekend to Mexico. We'll ask some of them because I think it'd be really cool if they could talk, you know, next week after they've been on this trip to Mexico. I think that'd be really cool. So I'll definitely do that. I'll pay for Ryan. And then also, another thing about if your husband doesn't feel comfortable sharing, one of the ways that Ryan did it in the very beginning is like he would wear it out and somebody would ask him about it and he'd be like, oh, this is giving me energy and my workouts are amazing. My knees aren't hurting me. Give me your card and I'll have my wife reach out to you so you can get started on it.
Yeah. Who's the iPhone? iPhone
we don't
to
know.
Everyone. Oh, so whoever said that the husband doesn't want to share until after he loses the weight, I totally understand that. Make sure he is documenting the progress, right? So if it's, you know, hey, I didn't lose any weight until I was 7 days on the product, 14 days, a month or whatever, because I noticed that when I first started Thrive, I was like, hey, wait a minute, I'm not losing any weight. But 30, 45, 60 days later, as you start to, what are you doing? I totally lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
What was I talking about? Weight loss. Oh, have him document like kind of the days that he's feeling everything and the changes, because it will snowball and it will help.
Yeah, and also encourage that it doesn't have to be just about losing weight, right? Is he having any other things? Because for some people, having more energy, waking up clear in the morning, you know, all these different things that have mental clarity, better mood support, like that to me was more priceless than Ryan losing weight. Maybe not so much for him, but like him coming home and being in such a great mood every evening was huge. What did Duran say?
Duran, so I'm sure you've already tried this. He won't even like baby step into it. Right. What are you going to do? Oh, Pure.
Sarah, yep, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good idea, Karen. Have him start on Pure, or like Ryan likes Activate. I like Pure. Ryan likes Activate. Yes, Beth, totally agree. This applies to anyone, really.
So single parents, I think it's even more important for you guys, because I don't know how you do it all. When Blair goes away, it's like a whirlwind around here. So hats off to you single parents. I would just say rope them in, you know, as much as depending on their age, just get them involved and excited. Like, hey, mommy's got some really exciting news to share with you guys, and I need your help. I think that's pretty awesome.
Wow. Whoever iPhone is, you said my husband refused for 4 years and just started Don't Give Up. Yeah. It's amazing.
There you go.
It's awesome.
I love it.
All right, guys.
This is fun.
Yeah. Oh, good. You like this? Well, that sounds like you're going to be on a Zoom next week. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Okay.
All right, guys.
I'm already on vacation. I'm already in Mexico. So
yeah, Ryan's already in Mexico. We leave first thing in the morning. So make sure you stay tuned, guys, all weekend. Thanks so much for joining us. Good night, everybody. Thanks, Sarah.